So one night I had to go and stay in hospital last year near Christmas. I'd been taking a sleeping medication which had caused some brain defect hallucinations. Anyway, I went to the hospital. I said to them I'd been taking this medication for sleeping, and you know, my brain's going funny. All these funny things are going on in my head, and I see things and I hear things and so on. Anyway, I was feeling a bit loopy. So they said, all right, we'll get you to stay in the hospital for the night. Well, I stayed in the hospital for the night. All right, you know, monitored, you know, given some medicine, and that was about it. Well, the next day, it was coming up near Christmas, and I spoke to the doctor there, and he said, well, if we keep you here under observation for the next 5 days, there'll be no one around here because of Christmas. So you'd be basically staying in hospital with no way of getting out. So I said, all right, I'll leave. I'll take medicine, whatever you give me, whatever. So I left. You know, a couple of weeks from then, I get a bill, and it's something like $4,000, something like that. I go, what? How on earth am I going to pay a $4,000 bill? You know, the bill was for something like, you know, $33,000 or something, or $40,000 for staying the night in hospital. Well, what? How could I afford that? Well, anyway, to cut the story short, I spoke to the doctor and I said to him, you know, I can't pay that. He said, well, don't worry about it. Fix it up later. You know, fix it up when you've got the money. But I hadn't had $4,000 to outright pay, you know, as the example, to outright pay the 20% copay that's on our insurance for hospital stay. There was something like a ridiculous amount of money that they charge for, you know, shampoo, toothbrush, and a toothbrush, and you know, just in a hair comb, like $5,000 $500 or $600, you know, for hair care you know, for personal needs products. I think it cost no darn $5,000, you know, to go in there. And anyway, my credit rating is fucked. Maybe I should redo this again. No, I'll just say it as it is. My credit rating right now, from being in hospital and not being able to pay the $4,000 outright, went to a collection agency, and the collection agency rang me and said, you owe us $4,000. How can you pay that right now? I said, no, I haven't got the money. I can't pay it. I don't have $4,000. So anyway, I went and checked my credit score the other day. I think on Credit Karma or whatever the thing is, and or free credit score. And for the hospital stay and not being able to pay the $4,000, I've got a deflated credit rating. I ended up doing, instead of doing a what do you call it, a nighttime, you know, go to hospital, you know, stay there for days on end, because you know, my wife kept telling me, you know, it's pretty expensive staying in hospital. So instead of doing that, they you know, I talked to them and they convinced me that going to daytime hospital and going home at night would be more feasible. Well, the insurance covered a part of it, but I still got to cover the other part. And once again, going to inpatients hospital for the day and going home at night still had a cost. The insurance company denied one of my doctor's visits. Well, a doctor makes a visit for you to see them, so you either go and see the doctor or you don't go and see the doctor. Well, I went and saw the doctor, and the insurance company said that it was not as if I had to go. So they denied the claim of paying that. So that's another $130. A lot. Oh, is it 130? For going and seeing the doctor, and the insurance company didn't pay the doctor their part. We paid our part, which was something like a $35 copay, but the insurance company didn't pay their part. They put it down as, I'm just trying to remember how they explained it, not a necessity to go and see a doctor. You ask me, if you've got a treating doctor and the doctor says come back next week or come back in 2 weeks and see me, and your health insurance says it's not a necessity to go back and see them, so they can deny that too. So yeah, the credit rating, as I was saying, is stuffed because I didn't have $4,000 plus now going to a daytime hospital because I was dealing with depression and a few other great things in life of the time last year and the start of this year. It's not a necessity. That's sort of why people are stuffed with their health insurance. I don't know why the government does people this way and the hospitals does it that way, but your medical needs are pretty important, but at the same time your medical needs can be wrecked by going and visiting the service to get
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.